Well, I am going to get things started here since it's 2:05. So welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. Leads Referral Network is a professional business networking group that helps business owners build long-lasting, sustainable business relationships with people in their community. Are you interested in meeting new people who lead with a servant heart? Then this group is for you. So welcome everyone. And I want to start out with doing just some short introductions because we're going to break out into the breakout rooms for the speed networking in a little bit. So wait around for that. And we have the lovely Nicole Ritchie with us today as our speaker. I'm so excited. I heard her speak at an event and just was amazed by her. She's simply amazing. So I'm super excited to share her with you all today. So awesome. Well, if my members could kind of wave their hands up in the air and say hello, and we'll start with you first. And everyone's member is awesome. I love it. So how about Anthony? Do you want to start us out?
Yes, Anthony Upchurch with Legal Shield and ID Shield Services, and I reside in Marysville, Washington.
Awesome. Thank you, Anthony. Yeah, just quick business name, your name, and what city, your state, and state you're in. Deborah.
I'm Deborah Loby, and I use 500 color tones of encouragement to help people with their business.
Awesome. Thank you, Deborah. And Eileen.
Hey, I'm Eileen Paul, and I'm with the Pampered Chef. I live in Seattle, Washington.
Seattle. Awesome. You're on there twice. Sorry. Where? Oh, okay.
Well, because I'm on my...
That's so interesting because you're moving in both. I love that. Danny. Hello.
Hey, hi, I'm Deannie. I'm a hypnotherapist from Snohomish, Washington. My business name is Higher Path Healing.
Snohomish. Awesome. And Sue. Hello.
Hey there, Sue Charles. I just moved inside and maybe a better connection. Health and wellness, and I've got an opportunity that's going global. So anybody that's interested in a plan B in their life, check it out.
Awesome. Thanks, Sue. And welcome, Nicole. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. So I'm Nicole Ritchie, and I help people with their foundational technology. So that really means organizing email, files, calendars, and contacts. And I am in Issaquah, Washington.
Ooh, Issaquah. Awesome. Yeah, so just before we have you start, Nicole, just wanted to quick mention to everyone that we are branching out. Leads is growing so big that we're branching out into chapters. And Anthony's running our Marysville chapter. So if you know anyone in that neighborhood, please send them Anthony's way. And Danny in our Snohomish chapter. And we also have North Seattle going, and Tiffany Goff is running that one. We haven't planned a meeting yet. And then we also have a Mill Creek group that is also going to be heading up here soon, and Redmond for now. So, and of course, if you're in a neighborhood that has no group yet, if you're interested in starting one up, let me know. Please talk to me. So, well, without further ado here, I have going to introduce our speaker today, Nicole, as a technology guide, productivity consultant, and speaker. Nicole has enjoyed over 2 decades of working with small businesses, solopreneurs, and tech-shy individuals. That's me. So I need you, Nicole, to start where they are, use what they have, and do what they can do to build sustainable businesses and technology best practices. Nicole teaches the spiral upward method to build realistic expectations and sustainable confidence in client learning that fuels the daily practice of using their business systems. The spiral upward method says we start where we are and continue to learn and build upon that foundation to progress upwards towards our goals. I love that, especially when it comes to building and maintaining a business or learning a new skill. Spiraling upward allows us to embrace the progressive learning process with greater efficiency. I love that word, efficiency. She has deep roots in the Pacific Northwest and needs to be watered often and lives with her family in Wow, awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, Nicole. So I'm going to put it on speaker view here, and if everyone can mute their mics, that would be great. Thank you.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm super excited about this. And when Melissa and I talked, she said that the most interesting topic would be follow-up and some of the, I guess, tech involved with that. So really, I'm just going to share just a couple of tips for how you would manage your follow-up from more of a technical aspect, because I know you can read all kinds of articles about, okay, follow up with people that you talk to, you know, the day after you talk to them, a couple days after, and, you know, all the touch points, and those are all great. The trouble is like, what do we use to remind ourselves to actually do that? So, so that's what I'm going to just sort of share. I've got a blog post, and I'm going to put a link to it in the chat box, so you can read in more detail later, because what I'm going to share is quick, because I think we've got, what, 10 minutes, Melissa? So I'll be done at, what is that, 2:20. And am I able to share my screen? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we'll talk about just some fun little ideas for managing the tech. Click that one. So here you should be able to see the blog post. Can everybody see it? Thumbs up if you can see the lady on the phone. Okay. All right, so first off, with your follow-ups, the very first thing that you want to consider is, where are your people? Where is your contact information? Where does it live? And it can live in a variety of places. You can have them on your phone. You can have it on in your email. You can have it on little scraps of paper all over your desk. You can go old school with the Rolodex, box of cards. Ideally, you want to have your go-to place. And one thing that I have really played around with and investigated is, where is the best go-to place? And that really is your primary email account, because your primary email account automatically comes with an address book. And that address book can be connected to your phone. It can be connected to your computer. You can access it from anywhere. So when everyone's consolidated in the same place, you can get to them easily. And you can also update them, because people are ridiculous. They move, they change addresses, they change phone numbers, they get married, they get unmarried, they change their names. And we've got to be able to keep all of this information up to date. It's virtually impossible to be up to date all the time. So I generally recommend that you just go through your people every so often and update them. So tip number one, and I probably should have had a big glowing slide, which I have somewhere, but I didn't get it prepared immediately. But my big glowing idea for updating your contacts is, let's take today's date, which is the 3rd. So we're going to go A, B, C. So go through all of your contacts that start with the letter C, and just go through and make sure that they're updated. So tomorrow we're going to do D, and then maybe you'll skip a day and you'll do, you know, the next letter on, say, the 10th. So this way you can just gradually go through your contacts and keep them updated. But we're going to go, I'm going to go ahead and show you the contact platform on both Gmail and Outlook, because those are our two big dogs. They have the most robust offerings of all of the email platforms, and they both have contact lists that allow you to have categories. So here is Gmail's, and here we've got all of our little people with their various information, and you can go ahead and click on one. Here we've got a lot of information, which includes a nice big description. So you can put lots of their information, maybe even the last time you spoke, how old they are, when their birthday is, their addresses, how many kids they have, all that information. This field, this notes field, it can get really big. You can put a lot of stuff in there. And so it's a good starting place if you're still deciding how you want to organize your contacts. So you can always say, okay, hey, I talked with this individual on June 3rd, 2020. And maybe we talked about setting up email. There I've got a simple note of what I talked with them about, which is all well and good, but we also want a way to know, who do we talk to next? This list can get super, super long, and you're not going to be able to talk to everybody in your session of follow-up. So when you've got a day and time that you know you're going to do your follow-ups, you want to know who you want to talk to. So one of the best ways to do that, if you don't have a full-fledged CRM program, and that CRM program, that stands for Customer Relationship Manager, you may hear about those. They're super great, and if you have access to one, definitely investigate to use it, because it can do a lot more cool, powerful things. For those of you who don't have that already set up, this is a great place to start. And one simple thing you can do is simply create a label for who you're going to talk to next week. Or let's actually say this week. I'm going to say this week follow-up. I'm going to put a little star in front of it, because that's going to pop it up on my list. So I hit save. So now we've got the this week follow-up. It's up near the top. I also kind of want to have a general follow-up list for the people that actually I want to follow up with regularly. So we're going to put a star, follow-up. So here we've got everybody I want to follow up with, and then the people I want to follow up with next week. And so in Gmail, we can just go ahead and click. These are the people that I want to keep in regular contact with. I've selected them all. And up above here, we've got a little label, and I can choose follow up and apply. So that way, when I have my follow-up time, I can go over and I can look at my much more reasonable list of people to follow up. Let's say I know that I have to talk with Charles, Adrian, and Anne this week. I can put them into this week. Now, Gmail uses a label system, which means that these individuals can be in both the follow-up label and the this week's follow-up. So if we're applying, they're still in here, but Anne, Charles, and Adrian are also in this follow-up list. And so then after I have followed up with them, I can take them out of the this week follow-up. So that's a fun little way of just keeping track of who we want to work on. You can go into your planning day and say, these are the people that I want to follow up with, and put them in your follow-up week. That's how you do it in Gmail. You can also do it in Outlook. So here is the Outlook interface. And Outlook, for reasons beyond my comprehension, has decided to hide its people way down here at the bottom. And this is similar for the desktop client if you use the Outlook program. And here we've got our little people. And they load. So I've got quite a few contacts here in this account. And I've already set up a this week folder and a follow-up. I didn't put the little star, so notice it's down a little bit lower. But we can put, here's a list of all of the individuals that Tessa has decided to follow up with. And then over here, these are the ones that she wants to follow up with this week. So that's just kind of a quick little way of organizing follow-up. Does anybody have any questions on that? Because I think we are done with that little tip of the day. So Danny, you had a question.
Do you have to rewrite that label into the contact, the follow-up label? You just click them and they're automatically in it. You don't have to write anything into the contact information itself.
When you're in, are we talking about the Outlook platform or the Gmail platform?
I don't know, both. I've got both, so.
So you, in both of the platforms, I'm gonna share my screen real quick again. To get them into these lists, here we'll go to your great big contact list. If you hover over, you'll get a little thing that you can check. And that will allow you to move it to the particular folders that you've created.
Okay, that's how you did it. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry, I was going a little fast.
Totally great.
Yeah, anything else?
I have a question because I'm starting like square one about even making a spreadsheet for my contacts. Is there any way to transfer like the contacts and make it into a spreadsheet?
Absolutely, yeah. So that's called exporting, and I don't have time to demonstrate exporting, but yes, you can absolutely export your contacts from your email list or your phone list to a spreadsheet. And that's why I recommend the email list as your primary, because you can do that.
Okay, great. I'll talk to you later about that.
That would be delightful.
Any other
Yeah.
questions?
Anybody else? All right, well, thank you so much. And if you are interested in contacting me later, I've got that link to that blog post, also has link to my website and all the contact information for me. And I can be found at luxcentric.com.
I did think of a question.
Oh, yeah, I like questions.
And I immediately forgot what it was. Oh, can
sorry.
we, if we just go to that website that you had there, we can look at your blog, and this information is in the blog too?
Yes, yeah. In fact, that blog post, I've got that information, and then various other links and how-tos and all kinds of joy.
Awesome. Anybody else? Okay, well, we're going to start the breakout session. So I want to do something different today, just with everything that's going on in the world right now. Anthony and I were chatting just right before everyone came on. So I want us to just, get real today. And in these breakout sessions, let's come up with ideas on how we can change the world, like literally, like things that, if you've been thinking about, I've just been seeing so many things on social media, and I know I've come up with some ideas and things that I think that I could do, maybe things that you could implement into your business even. I don't know, just let's get real with each other and just talk about what we can do right now in this time that we're going through. I get really emotional because it's just crazy out there. So we got to all support one another. So with that said, I am going to open up the rooms, and for those of you who have not done speed networking with me, we have 4 minutes in each breakout room, 2 minutes for each person to chat. So if you can keep time, I'm actually going to send a pop-up message at the 2-minute mark, so you know, so you can have the other person talk if one person's been talking, and then after 4 minutes I'll send another little pop-up to let you know that I'm going to be moving rooms. So stay in your room, and I'll be pushing you guys through, so you will have an opportunity to meet everyone in the meeting one-on-one individually. So
I have a comment. When we come up with our when we express what we're doing to help the world and our businesses through this time, perhaps we could put our ideas in the chat, and then not only inspire one another, but maybe some of us would like to join together and do a thing together if it's related to how we want to do stuff. Anyway, so maybe just put your ideas in the chat.
I love that. I love that idea. That's great. Where'd the chat go? Okay, so I think, yeah, everyone's good. So happy connecting. I get to hang out with the other Eileen. I'm going to chat with you, Eileen, while you're chatting with someone else. Is that working?